Hello, I'm Debbie Dotson, the host of Let's Talk Tech, and I'm here today on behalf of the Foundation of Laguna Woods to discuss the need for preparing for the inevitable as it relates to your digital assets. This is part of their educational series for our residents. Just like physical assets, digital assets hold value because they often represent memories, intellectual property, important information, or creative works. Managing these digital assets involves organizing, categorizing, and ensuring their accessibility and preservation over time. With the rise of digital technology, the significance of managing digital assets has increased substantially. In this show, I'll discuss what constitutes a digital asset and then give you some tips on managing your legacy as it relates to these types of assets. So first, let's go over what a digital asset actually is. On the next several screens, you'll see what constitutes a digital asset, and you might be surprised. The most known digital assets are social media sites such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, Snapchat, TikTok, Reddit, WhatsApp, WeChat, Tumblr, Flickr, and more. Coming in a close second would be your digital photographs, scanned images or graphics files, video recordings, movies or clips in various formats like MP4, AVI, or MOV. These may not be something you considered, but you should. Text-based files such as PDFs, Word documents, spreadsheets, presentations, or text files. Music tracks, podcast, or recorded voice memos in formats like MP3, WAV, or AAC, and any of your reward points, airlines, hotels, grocery stores, restaurants, all digital assets. These are not as common, but important too. Slideshows or multimedia presentations created software like PowerPoint or in Keynote. Electronic books, magazines, or newspapers in digital formats like EPUB or PDF. Personal diaries, journals, or personal notes that you've saved digitally. And last, artwork design files or digital creations made using software like Photoshop or Illustrator, website files, HTML documents, or web page design. Also, software installations, mobile applications, or software development files that you have on your computer. You should start this process first by identifying the types of digital assets you possess based on the items I just mentioned. Once you've written the list and familiarized yourself with what you have, you should gather all of these digital assets from various devices, including smartphones, computers, cameras, and whatever mobile devices you might have, and organize them in a central location so that they can be managed much more easily. This can be via your list where you add login information and passwords. Then you should gather them and sort them by categories. Consider the concept of using folders or tags to group similar files together. Create a systematic approach to sorting and categorizing your digital assets. Consider using these tags to group similar files together and make it easier for you or your manager to locate specific items later. Attach relevant metadata to your digital assets. Metadata includes details like dates, names, locations, and descriptions of the asset. The more data, the easier it will be for you to find it in the future by you again or your designated manager. Invest in external hard drives or cloud storage services to create redundant copies of your files, protecting them from loss due to a hardware failure or an accident. A reliable backup system is a necessity for the protection of your digital assets. Just like a safe deposit box, digital assets must be handled similarly. Losing any of these items may be heartbreaking, and the loss can be easily avoided by taking these steps right now. Convert physical documents, photographs, and other tangible assets into digital formats. The benefits of taking physical copies of pictures, videos, and documents and digitizing them cannot be overlooked. Paper degrades, photos fade, videos dry out and break, but a digital copy is forever. Develop a consistent file naming convention to maintain uniformity and ease of navigation. Use descriptive and meaningful names for an easy search and navigation. Having a picture with the name IMG and a number is not a good idea, but sadly, most of us have a lot of those, even me. Name the picture and say what it is from a single event like a trip. Include that in the name. There isn't really too much of a limit on naming, although you don't need a paragraph. Consider something like what you see up on the screen, or something that includes the full detail. Using underscoring between words is helpful for both reading and keyword searching. Enable two-factor authentication whenever possible to add an extra layer of security. Take measures to protect your digital assets from unauthorized access. Create strong passwords and consider using a password management software to store them securely. Consider adding two-factor authentication to every digital app that you might use, not just your digital assets. If you don't know what I mean by two-factor authentication, it is an additional layer of security that helps protect your online accounts from unauthorized access. It involves using two different types of verification, typically something you know, like a password, and something you have, like a mobile device or security key, where you get a text with a code. By requiring two factors for authentication, this type of authentication makes it more difficult for hackers to gain access to your accounts and provides an extra level of security for seniors to ensure that their sensitive information remains protected. I'll also interject that this method you should use for your security on everything, from bank accounts to applications on your phone. Recently, I actually added multi-factor authentication to my personal laptop, adding an additional piece of info to be able to access my accounts. Yes, it takes more time, but it is well worth the security. Embrace digital platforms to share your digital assets with your family and friends. This is a great way to share your life story in words and pictures. Utilize social media, cloud sharing services, or dedicated photo sharing platforms to effortlessly distribute and reminisce over those cherished memories. There are so many choices to choose from, but the ability to have a lot of digital storage space and ease of use should be the factors into whichever you choose to use. There is even an online service that sends you a question each month and compiles a book of your history over a period of time, all digital. That's a very neat way to keep your history of your life for your family and friends. Seniors like me and you should set aside time intervals to review and update our digital assets, delete those duplicates, and ensure that our backups are always working. Schedule regular time intervals to review and update them and put it on your calendar. Delete those duplicates, remove irrelevant files, and ensure that your backup systems are functioning correctly. Time flies, so keeping this up is so important. Embrace digital asset management to preserve memories, stay connected, and organize important documents, but be sure to review the terms of service and understand them. Some platforms have specific policies regarding the management of accounts after a user's death or incapacity. Familiarize yourself with these policies and make sure that your wishes align with those. For example, Facebook offers legacy accounts, and I urge you to visit your Facebook page right now and make sure to assign someone to access your account in the event of your incapacitation. Most social media apps like Facebook also offer that same ability to set up that legacy information. Clearly express your wishes regarding the management and disposition of your digital assets in your will or estate planning documents. Specify who should have access to your accounts and how you want your digital assets to be handled after your passing or incapacitation. Nominate a trusted individual as your digital executor. This person will be responsible for carrying out your wishes regarding your digital assets. Make sure that they have the necessary technical knowledge and access to this important information. Your next-door neighbor who doesn't like technology isn't going to be the best choice. Ask the person that you're wanting to handle this if they are comfortable doing this for you, and make sure that they are. Don't forget to inform your trusted individuals, such as your digital executor or family members, about this digital asset plan you've created. Provide them with the necessary instructions, the access details, and any other information they may need to carry out your wishes effectively. Remember, it's important to consult with legal professionals who not only specialize in estate planning, but also understand and handle digital assets to ensure that your plan aligns with the relevant laws and regulations in the state of California or your resident's state of record. I'm not a lawyer, and the advice here that I'm sharing is generalized. Speak with your own advisor for any specific questions.